Greetings and thank you for joining us for the 13th episode of the Young Justice Review on DC Animation with Spenser and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast Production. Today, I'm joined by a dear friend.
Hello.
Hi!
Hey.
We made it through the season!
We're here.
Yes! We love a season finale.
Oof.
But also, I mean, because there's more, it's fine. But like, season finale is like bittersweet. It's like, oh no, it's over. But also, like,
It is, but it isn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC animation.
Happy to be here.
Today, we will be reviewing season 1, episodes 25 and 26. The good old days where a full season was 26 episodes. So,
Amen.
episode 25, Usual Suspects. We open in Washington, D.C., where the Justice League is inducting new members: Plastic Man, Icon, Red Arrow, The Atom, and Dr. Fate. Rocket has joined the squad, and they are watching the ceremony on the TV. The squad makes their way to the Smoky Mountains because they need to see what Cheshire's up to. They find her jet crashed and assume that there were no survivors. While they're checking the crash site, they are ambushed by Cheshire and Riddler. The fight begins. During the scuffle, Cheshire saves Artemis, and the squad ends up being victorious. The squad comes away with a case, and the League takes it to the Watchtower for studying. Since Superboy used his last shield, Lex offers to give him some more. He meets Lex on Santa Prisca, where he is surprised to find Artemis and McGann, who have joined the side of evil. In a flashback, we see that Superboy tells the squad about the shields and his relation to Lex. Artemis tells the squad about her family situation, and of course, Robin already knew that. And Miss Martian tells the squad about the blackmail and her true form, and Superboy already knew about that. The squad reveals the double cross to the villains, and a fight breaks out. Unfortunately, Lex and Queen Bee escape, but Sportsmaster, Blockbuster, and Bane are handled. Roy infects the Justice League, and the League kneels before my guy, Vandal Savage. Turns out Roy was the mole all along. So, that's episode 25.
Yeah.
Cassidy,
Yes.
what did we think coming off of this episode? I know that it's been a wild journey. And
Mm.
again, like you haven't known anything, so I want to know like what what are your thoughts when this episode was over?
Well, when it was over,
Or like after you had absorbed the fact that the episode happened and you
happened. A lot of a lot of thinking. Just I've not been necessarily anti-Roy this whole time. So when that reveal occurred, I was just a little like thrown, but not in the sense of that it didn't make sense because I was just like, okay, I mean, anybody was up for grabs for this. But then thrown further when he was like, I was the mole. And I'm like, what do you mean you are the mole? Obviously, like,
how
yes.
do you not know you were
What
the
do you mean
mole?
you don't know you're the mole? Like, yeah. So, um, that left me reeling a bit. I definitely during the episode or post episode, I felt a little guilty because during I was like, Clark, he's just an addict with those little patches and didn't realize he was making a plan at first. So I'm sorry, Clark, or not Clark, Connor.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's talk through the episode because there was a lot happening.
Yes.
So, first we're in Washington D.C. and we see that there are new members of the league being inducted. And we saw the league go through like the council of deciding who was going to be in the league. So we see that Red Arrow is one of the people that has been inducted. And we see that Rocket is kind of just on the team now.
Yeah.
That was unclear. Like, we didn't really get an intro for her. Like, we had seen her,
Okay. Yeah, she
but
just came out of
she literally just kind of
nowhere.
popped up.
And I was like, okay, hi.
Yeah. So, yeah, she just appeared. And she's on the team now. And again, she had been referenced. We knew that she was Icon's sidekick just from, you know, a previous episode where it was lightly brought up. We had seen her on like a TV screen helping, but yeah, she just popped up.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I think she popped up because of how New Year's happened, but we'll get there in a little bit. So, uh, we see that the squad is making their way to the Smoky Mountains. And one thing that, I always pay attention to. So, you know how I'm a words guy.
Yes.
One of the fun things I like to do is ask people what spelling of certain words they use. So, how do you spell the word smoky? Do you have an E or no E?
I feel like I use an E.
Okay. So, in the show, they
Yeah.
use the E.
Yeah.
The actual Smoky Mountains do not have an E.
No.
So I was like, oh, okay, so is this a made up DC place?
Fake Smoky
Or yeah,
Mountains.
it's not the Great Smoky Mountains that we have. It's something that they made up.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, sidebar. And of course, they're like, Artemis is are we sure it's Cheshire? Do we know that for sure? And Robin's like, you can look for yourself.
Hmm.
Here's her face.
For
And
sure there.
Artemis is like, God damn it. Yep, that's her. And again, since we knew that Robin knew, he handled it very, he's like, see for yourself.
Hmm.
So yeah, they see the crash site, and whenever they're like, ugh, it looks like there were no survivors, you can see Artemis like get
A little
visibly
tense. Yeah.
bothered.
Yeah.
And then whenever she sees Cheshire, she almost has like a sigh of relief.
She seemed very relieved.
Yeah, she was like, oh God, thanks. So they of course are checking the crash site, and then they get jumped. And Riddler is just really like, I am not shrubbery. I am not grass. I And Robin is annoyed. He's like,
Yep.
ambush.
Get to
Sigh.
it.
So, there's a fight that ensues, and this is Superboy's down to his last patch.
Right.
He's down to his last shield. He puts that thing on, and that is one of my favorite scenes in the show. Whenever he gets going,
Oh, it was beautiful.
my man's just cooking, and
Oh yeah.
Robin is like, "Oh my God, you're flying!" But the face he made whenever he was giving it to Blockbuster,
Hmm.
I had to rewind it because I was like, "Oh, first of all, the animation there is perfect." He was beating Blockbuster's ass. It was not good for Blockbuster.
No, not at all.
Like
It's one
it
of my
was
favorite fight scene I think I've seen.
good. It was one of mine too. Question though, where's my winter stealth?
Where it I legitimately paused and looked at it for a second and I said, "We're in snow on a mission.
Yep,
Why are we in our everyday hero clothes?"
that is my question as well. Where is my winter stealth?
So disappointed in them.
I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't like it one bit. Good news though, our subtitler's still working.
They're still with us.
Because Zatanna was she was cooking a little bit.
Oh yeah.
She shook up the snow globe
Yes.
and
That was a fun one.
yeah, put man's in a straight jacket. And he made it very clear. He was like, I am not Arkham. I am Belrev.
He's like, please, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
So it sounds like in this universe, Arkham is more psych ward than prison. But yeah, when Superboy was going, like I watch anytime I watch that episode, I watch that scene at least a couple times. Because I enjoy the fight choreography in it anyway. But yeah, like Superboy, yeah, I was like,
Great.
yes, that is animation.
It's beautifully done.
And we see that Jade saves Artemis.
Hmm.
And she's like, I mean, I don't want you to like die or whatever.
I, as one with multiple sisters, as a sister, I was like, yeah, not at my hands.
Yeah. Like, I'm not
No
gonna
one
be the one.
else is
Like,
allowed to mess with you like that. No.
yeah, like we can spar all day long, but like, if you die, who am I gonna banter with?
Exactly.
So
I liked that, right? Made me laugh.
yeah, I agree. I was like, oh, you do care,
Hmm.
and she had to tell. She was like, yeah, like, I mean, come on, I'm not that bad of a person. So yeah, the squad ends up coming out victorious in that one, and they're able to apprehend a couple people, and they are able to come away with the case that they weren't sure what the deal was. And so they open it up and they're like, oh, this is Starotech. Let's take it to the watchtower and figure out what the deal is with it. So while the squad is figuring out what's going on, Robin is like, you almost killed Artemis with what happened.
Hmm.
And Lex messages him and is like, hey, I noticed you ran out.
Need another hit?
Yeah, you need another if you need some more, come see me.
Right.
And so he says, there's something I got to go do. And he makes his way to Santa Prisca, and Lex is like, I mean, hello, here are my associates. And we see Artemis and Cheshire together.
Pull up.
When you saw that, what happened in your head?
Well, I tried to give it pause because I know my feelings on Artemis. However, her nonchalance in her responses to him of just like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here. I was like, okay.
Because we just saw Jade save Artemis's life.
Right.
And so that was supposed to lead you to be like, oh shit, like she's actually on the side of
Yeah.
ooh. I think that's what that was supposed to do.
Ah. I did
So
not read
because
that deep
again,
into that moment.
Artemis joining the side of evil is kind of just like, I mean, I mean,
It's just all laid out for her.
yeah, it's kind of just there. Like that was easy.
Yes.
And she was like, the side of good isn't working out. And then we see Miss Martian pop up,
Yes.
and we know why she's there.
Yes, the blackmailing.
The blackmail. And she's like, oh my God, what are they doing here?
Right.
And so that's another like, oh shit, like, oh dear, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
And luckily, we get a flashback. So in the flashback, Superboy's like, so guys, I need to tell y'all something. I have been on drugs and I'm reaching out for help.
I need an intervention.
I
I
need,
am staging my own intervention.
yeah, but he, tells them the whole story like, hey, the
Right.
reason I will never have Kryptonian powers is because I'm half human, and that human comes from Lex Luthor. And they were like, oh my God, Lex Luthor's your dad?
Yeah. And like the way he's just like, yeah, my dad, Lex.
Yeah.
The whole verbiage right there. He's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
pops.
Uh, yeah, that's how it's gotta be. And he gave me these shields, and they suppress my human side, but they make me really angry. Because again, that face he made when he was getting in Blockbuster's chest,
Really angry.
yeah.
Scary.
But also, I needed it. Like, but he said, like, this is the last one, I gotta make it count. He did.
He did.
He
He
did.
thoroughly sapped that energy out of that.
Yeah. So then we see that Artemis has a story to tell.
Yes.
Because Superboy is like, I've admitted these secrets to you. And she's like, well, and then she pulls up her family.
Her PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah. It's a good thing we have files on everybody.
Yep.
So yeah, she's like, this is my mom. This is my dad. This is my sister. I come from villainous folk, since we're
Evil.
talking about bloodlines and whatnot. And Robin is like, yeah, I knew. And we knew that Robin knew
Yes.
because earlier in the show he was about to say it.
Yes.
But yeah, like we knew that he knew because he also was like, this will be funny one day whenever he took the selfie of him. And yeah. So But he's like, yeah, I'm a detective. But yeah, didn't matter
No.
because he also was like, what are you doing here, Artemis? Like, so we knew he knew. But yeah, Robin was like, yes, and
What else?
then Wally was like, all right, who's next? And then Miss Martian was like, I am. And he was like, oh shit, I was joking.
I liked Wally there of his silly little just like, no.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
He's like, what?
Yep.
And then she was like, I have been a pawn for Queen Bee because she's been blackmailing me. She knows my true form. And they were like, Bald McGann, what do you? I don't care about
What
that.
about it? Yeah.
And then she was like, no, actually.
There's more.
And then she turns into her true form, and everybody gasps except for Calder.
Our boy Caldor.
Calder didn't flinch,
No.
but everybody else gasped in Spanish. They gasped in Greek. They gasped in many languages.
hmm
Because of course, Rocket is like, I just got here. I don't know what the fuck
What's
is
going
going on.
on? And now there's just a massive Martian.
Yeah, Rocket is like, is this what this is? Like this y'all said for like what are we
What are
doing?
we
Like
doing?
so yeah, great first day for
Yes.
Rocket, or great first week, whatever, however long she's been there.
Karma. Yeah.
Like it didn't take long for her to see some shit.
No.
And so basically Miss Martian goes into the trauma that she has associated with being a white Martian and all of the prejudice that occurred on Mars because she's a white Martian and how she didn't think she would be accepted. And Connor was like, you mean with me? Babe, firstly, I too am an alien. Secondly, I already knew.
hmm
This isn't news, babe. You told me back when we did the mind meld. Remember that? In episode like 8? Remember that? I knew. And she was like, well, what do you mean you knew? He's like, I was waiting on you to say it. I
Which good on him. That's
put on
hers
him.
to tell.
Yeah. And yeah, like he just being unbothered and yeah, like, yeah, it's fine. I knew you'd tell me when you were ready. So, okay. So now it's like, oh, okay, the squad has, double crossed the villains. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So now we see that everybody's working together. This was a ruse. This was a plan. And so Queen Bee gets dealt with because he says, Red Sun. He says, if you give me some more shields, I'm down to. And Lex is like, no, you're not. Shut up. Yeah, Red Sun. And he thinks he shuts him down. And then it's like, okay, Queen Bee's dealt with. So we're good to engage. So, a fight breaks out. Bane is there because this is his island. And, there's a lot of fighting going on. The squad uses their tech, the apocalypse tech that they've been using.
Yeah.
They've been having to fight against it. They're like, no, we'll take these. We'll take these off your hands. Make
hmm
good use of them. So Lex gets on the plane because Mercy gets that little arm cannon out.
Yeah. She go poo.
Yeah. This is my favorite Mercy because this Mercy, she don't play around.
She has none.
Yeah. Yeah, there's none of that. That's what she don't have. You're right.
It's all in her name, nowhere
Yeah.
else.
And Lex, I love this version of Lex because he basically says, if you want to apprehend me, you will have to go through my attorney.
Good
Like, and I'm
luck.
like, fucking Lex. It was so good. And it was very Lex. But
Very nice.
yeah, he's carrying Queen Bee and he gets on his chopper and they escape. And Rocket is like, I can go get him. And Aqualad is like, no, no, we
Uh,
need you down here. You're gonna have to let them go. But we need you here now. So luckily, they are able to get Sportsmaster, Blockbuster, and Bane. At least that's what it looks like. Sportsmaster's in the ground and gets punted. Blockbuster also ends up in the ground, and Bane gets electrocuted. So we are then taken to the Watchtower, where Batman is doing some research.
yeah.
And Roy is basically like, hey, you gonna join the party? And Batman is like, no, I'm busy.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, and Roy's like, I'll take that as a no, and just gives him a little dab. And now Batman belongs to the light. And of course, everybody is standing in formation, and my fucking guy, Vandal Savage, appears. They override him to let him through the Zeta Beam.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like a code number and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody kneels before Vandal Savage. And Roy wakes up and
Yep.
he's like, oh shit. The mole was me?
You didn't even know.
And Vandal was like, yes. Yes, it was. And then Vandal just takes a minute to bask.
In what he is, or
Yeah,
what they
because he is Vandal
created.
Savage. And he earned the basking moment.
Yes.
But yeah. So yeah, I wanted to know, like, whenever Roy was like, gasp, I'm the mole, I wanted to know what you were like.
I also gasped, he's the mole. I was so disappointed.
Yep.
Then also so confused as he was confused.
Yeah, you were like, how do you but
Wait, why?
how
What?
do,
Who? When? Where?
I thought that you just did that. How do you not know that you're the
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. Okay. Great episode, I think. I love that the squad revealed their secrets to one another, even though some of them weren't surprised at all.
Right.
I think that Superboy's was the most surprising because nobody knew that
About his dad.
about his dad and about the shields, but mostly about his dad. They were like, "Oh, that's news."
That's heavy stuff.
Yeah. And then yeah, Miss Martian, somebody already knew. Artemis, somebody already knew. And so,
I'll
yeah.
say the little handhold between Connor and Miss Martian while she's in her alien form was,
Yeah, he grabbed them long fingers.
yeah, I was like, okay, cute, I guess.
But yeah, when you're an alien, it's
It
whatever.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Like he Connor, yeah, she can turn to Black Canary, it's fine. She
Yep.
can turn into Megan,
Whatever.
it's fine. So yeah, she can turn into her alien form, it's probably fine.
No.
So,
Yep.
uh anything else on episode 25 before we get into the finale?
I think we should just go right in.
Okay, okay. Episode 26, Old Acquaintances. Or Old Acquaintance. We open in Washington, D.C., where Roy is trying to get away from the Justice League. Batman reveals to the squad that Roy was the mole and is a Cadmus clone. He also tells them that he was already prepared for that. My guy, Vandal Savage, has already been taken care of, and Roy is now a fugitive. Red Tornado attempts to infect Calder, but is shut down right before. Zatanna senses something weird. There's some weird vibes going on, and the squad splits up. Half the squad is tasked with figuring out what's happening with Red Tornado, and they download his consciousness into the human body that he created, and Black Canary shows up. Red Tornado wakes up in his new body and tells the squad to abandon the cave, and Black Canary attacks them. Black Canary is subdued and they are able to escape before more League members show up. The other half of the squad is able to find Roy and he explains the situation to them while Red Tornado explains his part of the situation to the other half of the squad. The squad regroups to compare notes, and Black Canary, Red Tornado, and Red Arrow go back to the Watchtower in an attempt to trick my guy, Vandal Savage, but he peeps game, reinfects them, and starts monologuing about the formation of the light. The squad is able to sneak onto the Watchtower to start disinfecting the Justice League. Zatanna attempts to remove the Helmet of Fate from Giovanni, but that is unsuccessful. But the squad is able to successfully disinfect the League, and Clarion and Vandal Savage make a strategic exit. The squad celebrates the new year. Superman finally has a nice conversation with Superboy, and the Light is stripping Cadmus of everything important since the League is definitely going to pull up. Also, the big three, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, and Jon Stewart, were unaccounted for 16 hours.
Dun dun dun.
And that's the episode.
Yeah.
So we see that Roy is running away from Flash, Aquaman, and
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yes. And he's in the sewers, just trying to escape. And so it's like, oh shit, what could this be? We know what it is, of course. Well, we kind of know what it is. We're not 100% sure, but
No.
we know that the Justice League has been taken over. And we know that Roy hasn't. So, or we don't know that Roy hasn't. We don't know what the deal is with Roy because he was
No.
confused about being the mole. So, we don't really know what's happening there.
I did really like that scene though. It was very almost scary. Like just
Yeah,
the
the
moving buried
darkness.
in the shadows kind of thing of just like
Yeah.
it was one of those moments of, yeah, I see these guys as these great guys that are here to protect me, but they will kill me in half a second if they really like they could. They could.
And this episode made that very clear.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that, I think, a little bit when we get there. But um, Batman goes to the cave and he's, talking normal. He's like, hey, just so y'all know, Roy turns out was the mole. He was a Cadmus clone. The real Roy Harper probably did, but he got swapped out as soon as he joined Green Arrow. So, oh, sorry. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Cadmus clone. Uh, I was prepared for him to betray us. I knew it was coming. So, we've already dealt with Vandal Savage, and Roy's a fugitive. The League is going to take care of finding him. And the squad is immediately like, oh, we're going to find our boy. Like, we don't give a fuck about what he's talking. No, he's ours.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we gonna find our mans. Don't you? Yeah,
We're all here because of this whatever he is.
yeah. All that shit Batman was talking. Yeah, we're not doing that. And we see Batman say, stay here with the kids. And the first time I watched this, I was like, that didn't even sound right coming from him.
No.
And so Red Tornado attempts to infect Calder, but shuts down. And they're all like, what the fuck was that? Like, what? Why is Red Tornado shut down? And then Zatanna was like, I was sensing some mystical something coming off it. Like his vibes were different.
The
Yeah,
vibes are off.
the vibes were off with him and Batman. Like, I didn't like the vibes at all. And Robin was like, yeah, he called us kids. That's not like him. And Calder is like, all right, here's a plan. We're gonna Scooby Doo this thing. You four stay here and figure that out. We are going to go find our boy. So whenever they're like, how do we even start to figure out what's going on with Red Tornado? Zatanna was like, I have an idea. Because, she did some snooping in some earlier episodes and happens to know that Red Tornado has, another body.
The body, the humanoid.
And so they're downloading his consciousness into his new body. And Black Canary was like, hey guys, I just wanted to check on you. And like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? And Wally was like, I think it was Wally. He's like, it's not what it looks like. And she was like, it looks like you're downloading his consciousness into a different body.
Oh, well then,
Oh, it's exactly what it looks like.
exactly.
Ooh, okay. And the second he wakes up, he says, get out of the cave now.
hmm
And Black Canary starts screaming and peeling the flesh
It
off of
was
his
so
new
that was so
body.
cool. Black Canary doing like, oh, that looked so cool.
Yeah, let's think. Like, Red Tornado wakes up and immediately his body is useless.
Yep.
Like, she messed him up.
Yay, new body. Just kidding.
Yeah, JK. So, yeah. Luckily, Black Canary is subdued because, smoke pellet and then rocket creates a bubble. And so it's like, yeah, because Black Canary was about to beat Robin's ass. It wasn't about to
Yeah.
be good for him.
No.
Like, she's the combat trainer.
Yeah.
So, Robin, you're not ready for them problems. Like, she was
No.
beating Superboy's ass. So, Robin, it's not gonna be good for you. But they're able to subdue her, and they're able to get out before um, other League members show up looking for them. I think it was Icon, Captain Marvel, and another one.
Yep. The
Yep.
other one
And,
that was
yeah,
there.
I don't remember who it was. I should probably have written it down. Doesn't matter. It's not important enough. Because they didn't do anything, so it didn't matter.
Right.
So, the other half of the squad is looking for Red Arrow, and Calder's like, I know that he set up outposts basically in a bunch of major cities, and this is one of them. So he goes in there, and Red Arrow's ready to put him down because he doesn't know who has and hasn't been taken.
Yeah.
And he's like, tell me something that only my friend knows. Who broke your heart?
Ugh.
Fucking Tula. I never wanted to hear
Good
her name again.
Garth. Oh, right when he asked, I was like, I don't want to hear it. Don't even
Same.
say her name.
Same. I was like, do
And
not
then he
speak
said
of them.
her name and Garth. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like it.
ugh.
So yeah, similarly, I was like, ugh. But
So
that needed
gross.
to happen
It did,
because
but still.
that's the only way that, and he was like, and my best friend betrayed me, and my best friend points an arrow to my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's no way around that. Like, that's just how it's got to be
It
under the
is.
circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're on the bioship. And Roy explains to them what the deal is. He's like, I am a Cadmus clone. My primary directive was to infiltrate the Justice League. My secondary directive was to, like, I was a sleeper agent. And my handler was Sportsmaster. He had a shutdown phrase, and that's how he was getting all of his information. A part of my programming was to be really accusatory toward y'all. Like he lays it all out. Like the Light did a great job putting all this together. And so, yeah, he's like, I have to find the original Roy Harper because yeah, it's gonna be a problem for me if I don't do that. And while that's happening, Red Tornado is explaining everything to the squad about the Starro nano chips. Um, are you familiar with Starro at all? Have we talked about Starro?
Is it different from,
Suicide Squad?
I think that tells me all I need to know that I'm not familiar, actually.
Okay. Starro the Conqueror is the very first villain that I think the Justice League came across in the comic book. So Starro's from like the 40s. And Starro was a big enough villain to require the formation of the League. Starro is a giant starfish-shaped alien
Didn't
conqueror.
we, didn't you have me watch something with this guy?
Probably.
Maybe. I'm looking at him now and I'm wondering if I am familiar and I'm just not clicking on some dots
That's
when I see
probably
them.
that could be the case. But Starro's whole thing is Starro will take over minds by spitting out a bunch of little starfish that will then hug your face,
Yeah.
and you now belong to Starro, and it's a big hive mind situation.
Okay.
So, you know what? I think that did you and I watch Super Sons together?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's
Yep.
Starro.
Yep.
So that's what this came from.
Okay.
So you remember like whenever we were randomly seeing a tentacle?
Yeah.
And so yeah, like the all this is Starro. It's basically leveraging Starro's hive mind abilities.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that's my understanding, that's the base of how they were able to get all of this going.
Okay.
So, um, Red Tornado explains that to them, and he's basically like they used science and magic and all the shit they used is how they were able to get me too.
Yep.
Because I don't have a mind for them to take. And yet they got me because they used like a natural biological thing mixed with science, mixed with chaos magic. And so that's how they were able to get this done. Luckily, though, it takes 0.016 seconds in order for the mind transfer to happen. And that was enough
Luckily.
time for me to put in an emergency protocol so that,
Thank goodness.
yeah, thank goodness. Like, and I'm like, T.O. Morrow, that's good work because that is
Yes.
incredible processing power.
Super speed for sure.
Yeah, so T.O. Morrow, that's yeah, you're the guy. You did a great job on that one because yeah, that's so fast. The fact that he was able to clock what was happening and put in a kill switch for himself before he was, yeah, that's,
Crazy.
yeah. So we see that Black Canary wakes up, and I'm sure that's supposed to be like a, oh no.
Hmm.
And then Red Arrow, Red Tornado, and Black Canary pop up back on the Watchtower. And they're like, hey, we got everybody reinfected, and they are awaiting reprogramming. And Vandal Savage, my guy, is
Your
like,
guy.
that's not how this works. And Clarion is like, yeah, I know everybody who is taken. So, no, no.
Give out.
Yeah, no, I see what you're doing. And so he starts monologuing while reinfecting them
Yes.
because, he gets Green Lantern to shut them all down. And luckily, he's got some Starro chips on him, on his person. And yeah, he starts monologuing about the Justice League has been the biggest problem I have ever dealt with. I have been here for 50,000 years, and the Justice League has been my largest obstacle. So I pooled all of the resources that I have gathered in my time. I made friends with the right people, networking and shit. And my more enlightened partners were able to put something together using all of the resources at our disposal to get this thing done. So now I took over the league quietly. I didn't have to fight anybody to get it done. Like he's monologuing about all of that. Luckily, the squad is able to get on the watchtower and they were able to start disinfecting the league. And while the disinfecting is happening, uh, there are a couple of fights that happen. And Wally basically says, we are really lucky that whoever's controlling these heroes don't have their full range of powers
Mm.
because they're limited by the person controlling them. So if they had their full kits, this would be really ugly and we'd be dead already.
Yes.
So it's a good thing that they are limited by the whole reason we're here. And so they're able to start disinfecting people. And Zatanna is like, let me just see. Since he's unconscious, let me just try to get my dad back. And yeah, Dr. Fate's too much.
They just made me so sad.
That moment hurt a little bit.
I saw it right when it clicked and I was like, don't even,
I
don't.
said the same thing. Whenever she was like, I'll be right there, I was like, babe, this is above you. You can't you can't do it.
Oh, it hurt my feelings so much.
No. And that's the thing. It's a situation where we weren't sure what was going to happen because usually in a story like this, you don't lose the person permanently, like forever.
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
And they made that clear early in the show where Dr. Fate was like refusing to let people go at first. No, Giovanni's gone.
Yeah.
And it was yeah, that was tough. But there's a lot more fighting that happens. Superman and Batman and Martian Manhunter get called back from wherever they are. And yeah, whenever Robin has to fight Batman, I was like, buddy,
Honey, no,
this ain't
it's
gonna be good for you.
no.
I know that he's not his full self, but buddy, it's not gonna be good.
No.
Um, Rocket is able to put Wonder Woman in one of her force fields, and she's like, kinetic energy makes it stronger, so she locked in there.
She's
But
make
also, I can't move. The way I forgot to mention this, the way that they did Red Tornado,
mm,
whenever Jon Stewart came back, or yeah, whenever they sent everybody back and they got attacked because they realized that they weren't under the control. Yeah, whenever he got locked up and then Superman and Wonder Woman pulled all of his limbs off,
I hated that. Ugh.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I
I know
was
he's
not
not
ready for
feeling
that
that,
to
but
happen.
ugh. I felt it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I didn't like it. I was like, oh no,
Oh yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, I thought it was great. But yeah, I was like, oh shit. So
Not a fun go of it.
yeah.
Mm.
And I'm sure that at this point, Superboy's thinking, really wish I had one of them shields right now.
Yep.
That'd be super useful. But you got to get off the drugs, boy. You got to get off of them.
Drugs, los drugs.
So the squad is able to successfully disinfect everyone. I will say, whenever Martian Manhunter turned around on McGann, I wasn't ready.
I felt very Harry Potter movie one, the morphing of the face kind of thing. I was like, ugh, that stuff grosses me out. So when he did that, I was like, John,
Yeah, like
stop.
whenever his arms came from behind him, his arms came out of
Yes.
his back, and then
I
he turned.
was
I was like,
like,
oh,
I need you to morph instantaneously. I don't like this slow-mo. I can't. Ugh, gross.
yeah. But it was so good,
It was.
but I didn't like it.
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't like it one bit.
No.
That is one thing that I do wonder is like if Martian Man, because as a shapeshifter, if he does make like a second face, can it see and all that?
Oh, like surely.
Yeah, because I mean, he can make multiple arms that are all usable.
So surely
So yeah, like I would think
the
if he makes a
eye.
second face, then is it a usable face? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, because I said that because, he did the weirdest way to do a 180. Like
Yes.
the most difficult way to turn around.
But man, cinematic.
Yeah, it was so good. Again, the
Dramatic.
the animation is
Ugh.
is excellent.
Yes.
So he is able, or the squad is able to get everybody in a good place. And they're like, it would be great if this worked instantly the same way that the Starotech does. And they were like, we're just glad the doctors were able to throw something together. Cause
Yep.
yeah, like we need to this is a real problem. And whenever they realize, because Clarion is like, come on, we could take him, and Vandal Savage is like, no, not the time.
No.
Not right now. We got other things to do. And even the animation for like the little portal he created to take them away, I was like, oh, it's so good.
It's
So
good.
yeah, my guy Vandal Savage knows what he's doing. But he was like, yeah, we're gonna have to make a strategic exit. Because of course, Clarion is all about the chaos.
Listen, you know what? I don't like Clarion, but same time, same, because this is the second episode with him again. Now that which I understand, we cannot conquer chaos. However, these inconclusive, we're just gonna go.
Yeah, bye.
I hate it. Like, what do you mean? You're just gonna go?
I'm sure you like a resolution because
Well,
you were worried about those ice people.
and you know what I got?
A resolution.
A resolution.
We know where they are and what they're doing. Or
Yeah.
do we?
We don't actually.
Because one of the things that this episode made, like Batman said, like one of the things that was made very clear is that Doctor Strange is running criminal enterprises through Bell Red. Like
Yeah.
that's abundantly clear. So we don't really know who's been
No,
in and out of there because we saw somebody, you know, basically take a day trip and then end up back there.
the ice
S-
people are still very prominent in my mind.
Ice people could still be doing stuff.
Listeners, when I even told Spencer when before we started recording this, the thumbnail, I was like, that's a little bit of a cool toned thumbnail. Are we getting some ice people? I stay on that train, unfortunately. But that said, yeah, I need to know. I loose ends, episodes having to happen? No.
And I will say one thing that was funny to me is whenever Vandal Savage, there was one moment where he was talking about the Justice League and they put Justice League in quotations, and I was like, "Oh, Vandal does not respect them at all."
No.
Or he's like, "No, they're still under." He was referring to them maybe being under his control, but yeah, I was like, the fact that Justice League is in quotations is crazy. But they're able to handle all of that, and then Superman goes up to Superboy and he's like, good work. Good work,
Cute little
son.
moment.
I uh I hear you've chosen a name.
She was taking a name.
He was like, Connor Kent. My name's Clark Kent. He was like, oh my God, I swear I didn't mean it. He was like, no, 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 no. I like it.
That was cute.
It's good. It's right. Connor Kent. Yeah. Yeah. It was like, oh, finally. It just took you 26
Finally.
episodes.
Goodness. I guess in the actual time frame of things, like sure, 6 months, whatever. But Clark's
Yeah.
finally acting Clark, and that's what I needed. Like, yeah, take this kid under your wing.
Yes. Because he was making a relationship with his other dad.
Yeah. And
And
look
he
where
gave
that
him
got
drugs.
everybody.
Ended up
His,
on drugs.
his dad got him on drugs, has him in the wrong crowd, all of this stuff.
All of that. Yeah. Has him just angry. Needing
And
counseling. You need to be in that boy's life, Clark.
yes,
Like Batman told you.
listen to Bruce.
So, uh, we see that the light, mainly Raish, is at Cadmus. And he's
Yes.
like, take everything we need, take anything important, because we know that the League is coming. And so we gotta get all this shit out now. So come on, let's go. And we saw that did you we saw that Dr. Spence was unconscious.
Hmm.
We saw that Guardian was not.
I've been iffy about Guardian,
Mm-hmm.
and now I
Mm-hmm.
stay iffy
Mm-hmm.
about Guardian.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And he said he was Roy's uncle. But
It-
we remember Roy,
which
or
Roy?
yeah, whose uncle are you?
Are we a clone uncle or are we?
Because the thing that Superboy noticed was like, you look like Roy. And he said,
Yes.
well, yeah, I'm his uncle. But the fact that you've been in charge of Cadmus, and we know that the Roy we know is a clone, why do you look like him? And why are you? Because you don't seem to be an evil guy, but why aren't you unconscious?
Yep.
What's all this? What's all this then?
Eyebrow was raised.
Okay. I wondered if you thought about Guardian at all during the Cadmus clean out.
Well, here's the thing too, as we've discussed on multiple things, anything regarding anybody that's at Cadmus, I already don't trust.
Sure. Yep.
So I don't know. I wouldn't say like it was a further more of a like a but it was just like a yep, as expected. Da da
Yeah.
da. Yeah, more of that
Like,
kind.
oh, yeah. You were kind
This
of
does
like, yeah,
not
I knew
surprise
that.
me.
Not surprised.
I don't trust any of y'all.
Good. Good. I think that's a responsible way to live. And so now they're sitting at the table and they're basically like, so Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern were we've accounted for everyone's whereabouts except for you six during this 16-hour period.
Yes.
And Batman is like, "Oh shit, what did we do?"
It's a long time for those particular individuals to really mess things up.
Yes. And it was you remember, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but the Justice League show, uh, there were 7 members of that Justice League. So it's those 6, and then Flash wasn't there. But yeah, it was like, I like how they chose the 6 from the Justice League
The
show.
Justice League, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But season finale, we made it.
We did.
What do we think of the season?
I had a fun time with the entire season and just getting to learn these characters that, for the most part, I only really ever knew of the existence of 2 of them.
Hmm.
So getting to, well, I say that asterisk. I guess there's so many versions of Flash that
Yeah.
someone's come across my desk at some point, but otherwise, I was just familiar with the existence of Robin and Superboy. So getting to see these other characters and them being the main focus was a fun time, and them being actual, proper, useful members of the league at some capacity was also cool. Like they're in charge of their own stuff, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Um, for you, what was the biggest shock, surprise, reveal thing
Oh,
in the show?
easily Miss Martian being white
Yep.
on multiple occasions.
Yep.
But he's
Yeah, being white and then really being white. It's like,
every
oh,
time she came out white, I was like, what the
what are we doing?
every time. But that was easily, again, for a show that's been out this long and for how much that I Google while watching this show and how to try to make sure I understand where I'm at and everything, and the fact that that stayed hidden for me that entire time and made the reveal all the more drastic, and just, again, a proper pause, had to sit there for a second and be like, oh my gosh, she's white again.
I'm so glad that you didn't get spoiled on that.
Same.
Because again, the show's been out for a good while.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fact that we were able to, yeah. But again, that's a part of why I wanted you to watch the show because it's so good and it's got some twists and some turns.
Oh yeah.
Because again, Roy being the mole after he was on people's heads about being moles,
Yep.
like it was like that the misdirect there.
It was great.
Yeah, it was yeah, it's a great show. I really enjoy it. So you have enjoyed season 1.
Thoroughly.
So you think you're gonna keep going?
I think I gotta.
I
I
also
gotta
think you
know what
gotta.
happened. I gotta know what happened in those 16
You
hours.
don't like a loose end. We
I
did talk about
really
that.
don't. Something's still happening with the chilly people, the ice people, so too, I'm sure. So there's more time for that to happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The ice people.
The ice people, 16 hours, and the ice people.
Okay. Do you know, or are you able to think of a favorite episode or a favorite series of events other than the gasps and the surprises?
I know that we do not agree on this particular point, but an episode that I really enjoyed was the essentially it was all a dream kind of thing. I did enjoy seeing how they would react in a lose, 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 lose situation. And just seeing how characters like Robin having to step up to the plate, what that looked like, and just um, the utter downfall of it all. I really liked Connor in that episode too, of just not caring and enjoying the thrill of it all where he shouldn't, kind of thing.
Yep.
Um, I think I liked that episode a lot because it showed a lot of true colors for a lot of them.
Yep.
The Cal being the sacrificial person that he is and all of that, like I think that was a really good. I know you don't care for the like it was all a dream, but I think it was really great to show who all of these characters really are, and that was a great training exercise provided to them. So that episode definitely sticks out in my mind as one that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Okay. And we did learn a lot in that episode about these characters, and like specifically like character
Yeah.
things. And it's not that I didn't like the episode, it's just my least favorite. And
Yes.
it's not my least favorite because of like the actual content of the episode. I've just never been a fan of the oh, it was
Right.
never real. So yeah, but still a good episode. And we needed that
Yes.
because that's the episode that let us know Miss Martian is the baddest one in the room.
Yes.
To the point where Martian Manhunter's like, she might be a tier above me.
Yep.
Like she is as far as raw power, she's one of the strongest telepathic minds I have ever encountered.
Yep.
Which is why whenever he did his 180 on her, she was
She was
like,
able to get in there.
Uncle John, I'm so sorry,
Yep.
but I'm gonna have to put you down.
Yep.
And she basically puts him in a ring of fire and then gently places the antidote in him. So, yeah. Um, and again, also, I love Vandal Savage. He's my
He's
guy.
your guy.
Like easily. I don't I'd have to really think about it, but he's definitely in my top 5, maybe in my top 3 for like DC villains across the board.
Ooh.
So, I'd have to think about it. But yeah. So, anything else on the show, on the season, on the episodes, anything at all?
I'm just having a good old time.
I'm
N
glad.
n Nothing further. I'm becoming really connected to these characters, which is not hard for me to do. But very like attached to a lot of them. Like I've watched other DC things since starting this, and one of them will pop up in the background, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is my little guy. And it's not even the same version of them, but in my heart, I'm like, look
Yeah,
at
like
you.
that's my yeah.
Look at you. So I like having, I guess, more of an attachment to these characters that I didn't have before. Again, I had, even knowing Robin didn't have any kind of attachment, like Connor was probably the only one that I had any kind of like, Connor. But now I'm just like super into all these other ones. Obviously, super love Calder.
Love
And
Calder.
oh my
Calder
God,
needs to be in more things.
he does. But he has my heart and soul, and I want everything good for him always.
And they gave him somebody.
It felt, I didn't like that.
Yeah, because I will say, whenever Raquel got there, she
Yeah.
saw him and was like, "Oh,
Yes.
this about to be a
Oh,
good
she
time."
knew what she wanted. And I feel like all the ladies there knew what they wanted immediately. So, like, I'll give
I mean,
them that.
everybody wanted Connor, but she was like, "Nah, I'm
No.
gonna be over here."
But the New Year's Eve, the taking advantage of that situation, I was like, girl, relax.
Really, because he
Please.
has expressed no interest in you.
None yet. Like, let this man come to you. And then
Yeah,
I support that big time. But right now, he just had to bring up Tula again in this episode.
yeah, he did.
Don't.
But yeah, and
Uh,
that's the thing. Artemis, of course, and Wally, they're both freaks, clearly.
oh, yeah, easily.
But yeah, Wally was like, "Oh, I should have done this a while ago," and Artemis was like, "Yeah, I've been waiting."
Yep,
And I mean, you could, McGann and uh, Superboy, obviously.
obviously.
Zatanna said to Robin, "Come here."
That was cute. I like that. Those two are
Yeah,
so
because
cute.
those two are already, yeah, like again, Robin was smitten the day he laid eyes on her,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, Raquel was like, "Well, everybody else doing it."
That's exactly what she did. Because that was the other thing is like, at least with the two that weren't fully couples yet, I was like, it's obvious, like from both ends of these things, that there's something there on these. And I'm just like, girl,
Yeah,
he hasn't
things had been
expressed.
established, and yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
so
give
that was
him a
a little bit
second.
of a consent problem there,
A little bit.
just a
A
little bit.
little bit. Because she just, which knowing him, he would have just gotten that away from him if he really didn't want it. But
Yeah,
still,
he's a respectful young man.
he's still a nice guy though, and he's like, okay.
But yeah, he was like, and it looked like she was cheek adjacent.
She wasn't like full on, yeah, smacking him
She
on.
didn't,
No,
yeah, she didn't snatch him up like Zatanna did Robin.
no, 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 no. She knew well enough.
So yeah, she too was respectful.
Yes. But yeah, I was like, girl,
Yeah, you were always like, relax.
Let's chill out a little bit. Like I support you, but relax a little bit.
Yeah. Because, like, yeah, if this is what we're doing, I mean, that's fine. But, yeah, let's ask a couple more questions
This is a video. This is a
before we
video.
just jump in there.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, still a good time.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah. So, with that being the case, if you do continue this show, what are you looking for? Like what do you want to see? What do you need answers to? Like what is exciting you or what's on your mind for the future?
I would like to see more ice people.
Of course.
Um, um, I anticipate there being so with the way that this episode ended, this season ended, I anticipate there being a looking into of those 16 hours that are missing, but then also trying to get real Roy back. Um, and so I'm curious what that will lead down to. Um, I'm hoping for more Lex because I think even though Connor was like, let's use this to the advantage, I think he still likes the hits he gets from those patches. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just has a moment of weakness and is like, hey,
Returns to Lex. You got some more?
dad, dad, please.
Got some
But
more of
on
that
the
smack?
yeah, on the opposite end of those things, would like to see better Clark interactions with him. Not to say, they don't need to rule the show, but just that was a nice moment at the end of this episode, and I've been waiting for that moment the whole season of just like
And
Clark's
you're a
not been
Superman girly,
yeah,
so
and Clark's not been acting Clark, and so that was a nice moment to have like okay, there we go. Like this isn't he's not a standoff kind of guy. What are we doing? So would like to see more of that. And I guess Raquel, like let's see what she's got going on and if that relationship actually naturally progresses or if she just
that was a little one-time thing.
yeah.
Let's see what happens there. Okay. Okay. I love it. Well, let's see what happens for season two. It should be a good time, and it sounds like we're ready for it.
Oh yeah.
So, in the next episode, we will be discussing season two, episodes one and two. So until then, salutations.